Undertaking to direct 6 episodes in one block, it's quite a daunting prospect, and particularly with something so complex as the code.
It's also the opportunity for a television director, rather than doing episodic television, we approach it like it's a big feature film. So Sean gets to get his paws over the first and last frame of episode 1 through to episode 6.
I want the audience to feel like an investigator, like a detective, looking for the clues. Things aren't laid out for you in real life. The story isn't spoon-fed, isn't played out for you, especially not in a political thriller, because there are forces there trying to hide the truth.
Just the layers of detail, whether it's the screen graphics or the way he shoots observationally, it's given the code quite a distinct feel.
We've always taken an approach in shooting the code of shooting through obscuration.
Looking for glass, looking for reflective surfaces, ways to shoot in not a standard way is very much part of our scouting when we're looking for locations.
What it is about creating a sense of intrigue and creating a sense of not always seeing the whole picture and making the audience work a little bit harder just to want to just peek around that corner, or what am I seeing through the glass?
And so for the camera, it's about finding shots rather than prescribing them, which is much more rewarding.
Bruce Young is I think far more than a DP. He thinks in story terms, he thinks in terms of emotion, he thinks in terms of driving the story forward. He's the DP that comes up to me and says, so what is this scene about? Rather than tell me where to put the camera.
He's on season 2 of The Code, as opposed to the Outback, we've got the tropics. In the tropics there's a lot of green, and we really wanted to accentuate that. And what we played around with in pre was getting those greens to really pop. Separate, different to the first season, but it still feels like the same show when you watch it.
The biggest worry for me wasn't the jungle scenes, it was the West Papuan town.
Well, the protest scene, which is meant to take place in West Papua, was challenging to shoot. We shot it up near Port Douglas in a place called Mossman.
We were just fortunate enough up in Mossman to find a street that kind of gave you elements of a West Papuan town. You have the mountains in the background, kind of Besser block buildings.
It was challenging insofar as, we wanted to get all the elements, and it was so dense in story and drama. There's a number of our characters there, and one of our lead characters gets shot. So we want it to feel really real, dynamic, as if the audience is literally watching it happen in front of you, but not forsake the drama. So I think, again, the most challenging thing of the scene is to ensure that we get those dramatic elements, things that happen to our main cast, that resonate with the audience.